story. Let's move over to some interesting information, important information as regards fire.
All right, of course, a moving away from the fight against terror, let's come here to Lagos State, where on Tuesday afternoon, firefighters of the Federal and Lagos State Fire Services in southwest Nigeria averted a calamity after a tanker loaded with premium motor spirit, PMS, or petrol, fell and spilled its content at Costain, Iponri, Lagos State, southwest Nigeria.
The tanker fell around 2 p.m. whilst ascending the bridge, and residents around Iponri trooped out to scoop petrol spilled on the road and into drainages.
It was gathered that before the tanker fell, it rolled backward and then hit a saloon car. Firefighters prevented an explosion by blanketing the PMS after cordoning off all access roads.
So I think what is a norm here, but a scary norm, is the fact that when there's an accident, the first thing people do is try and go to scoop up some of the spoils of the accident. So maybe a tanker, imagine thinking of that, how desperate must you have been that the tanker fell and the first thing everyone is going to do is scoop petrol. This is a norm on a normal day when there isn't petrol scarcity or an increased price in PMS. Now that we have serious scarcity, it's that bad that people have to risk their lives so that the vehicle could explode any minute. Yeah. Their first instinct was to go and scoop fuel.
Yeah. So there is that, good thing to mention that one. There's also the part where I'll give kudos to the Lagos State Fire Service. Sometimes, of course, they have been, knocked for failing, in their duties and, what is expected of them. So I'll give kudos to them. But also good to mention, that as much as we have, I'm not sure if it's last month's job, but as much as we have a lot of the Federal FRSC, Federal Safety Corps, personnel on the streets of Lagos, they would stop a lot of cars. They do not fail to stop a lot of cars that, and ask them for trafficator. Why is this trafficator bad? Where's your fire extinguisher? Your tires seem to be expired. A lot of things like that. But on the streets of Lagos, we see every day a lot of cars that do not deserve to still be on the road. And that includes a lot of these trailers. Every now and then when we hear about trailers and containers falling on top vehicles, it's mostly because these things aren't checked. It's because these people are driving on Lagos roads without proper safety measures. That trailer, for it to have gotten on that road and start to roll backwards, it means that it wasn't even meant to be on the road in the first place, except there was some fault at that particular moment. But so there's a lot of trailers. That's where
the conversation about roadworthiness.
Yes.
Because they are billing you to pay for roadworthiness.
Absolutely.
Worthy to be on the
road. From what we're saying, it shouldn't have been on the road in the first place. But I don't think that they go that deep, or they don't have enough staff, or maybe they don't question enough of these trailers that they see on the roads. And that's why we continue to have, every now and then we continue to have these disasters.
I mean, there was a time I had the opportunity to look through the traffic laws of Lagos State, and part of the provision was that these tankers are not to ply Lagos metropolis within a certain time, most especially during the day.
Yes.
They should move around between a certain time. But that has never been upheld. We see them move about any time they like. And the worst thing is the way they speed. They speed as if they're some very small salon vehicle. So these are conversations, very valid conversations that we must be having. How worthy is this car to ply the road? Why are you plying the road at that time? Shouldn't you have, it's better that they move at night when there is little or no traffic and they're able to regulate their movements. These are the conversations that we must and should be having. But yeah, good news. Thank God the fire was averted and no life was lost in this regard.